I stripped the head on this fastener from my Zero Motorcycles accessory kit, so I needed to buy a replacement. Now, I didn't know how to identify what kind of bolt I had or how to do that. It turns out it's very simple. You could just go to the hardware store, try on some different bolts, see which one fits, but if you want the exact specification, there's a way to do it. You'll need for this the calipers. I got a Mitutoyo. It's the Absolute On-Site, the AOS digimatic Mitutoyo. So I got my calipers, and you're also going to need a screw thread pitch gauge. I got a couple of Starrett brand gauges. One is the 159 mic, the other one is the 156 mic. For this one, we're going to be using the 156 mic. I found on Zero motorbikes, most of the fasteners fit within the range of this thread guide. First thing, let's identify the pitch of the threads. Focusing on this fastener, we're going to stick with under 1 millimeter for now. As an example, I'm going to take out my 1 millimeter, and I'll show you. It doesn't fit, and it looks visually like it used a smaller thread pitch than that. So I'm going to take out my smaller ones here, and I'm looking one that looks about right. That's 0.65 millimeter. No, definitely bigger than that. 0.7 millimeter. Nope. 0.75. Kind of matches up. It's getting closer. And here's 0.8 millimeter. Well, I think that's it. Just to be sure, I'm going to go one further. 0.85. No. So that's a 0.8 millimeter thread pitch. We need to know the length of the thread area, and then also the diameter of the thread. Not the kind of tool you would use to drive it, but just the diameter of the outermost area where the thread comes to a peak. I'm going to turn on my calipers, and I'm going to set it all the way closed and make sure that it reads 0. There's no shank on it. A shank would be a dead area with no threads. There's no shank on it, so we're going to measure all the way from the just underneath the head of that bolt to about the end of it. That says about 25. The other way is you flip it over, use this side here. 25, within 1/10 of a millimeter or so. So it's a 25 millimeter long fastener. The diameter is, it says 4.92. I'm going to call that 5 millimeters. So that's a metric 5, an M5 by 25, which is the length in millimeters, and it has a thread pitch of 0.8 of a millimeter. When I went to the store to find a replacement, and I did this today, it was very helpful to know the thread pitch, because looking at all the different trays and stuff, I was able to identify which tray had the metric fasteners that had a 0.8 of a millimeter 0.80. So I was able to go into that tray, and from there I just looked for an M5 by 25, picked one out, it was 80 cents, and that task was done. Thanks for watching.